Hey guys, we're going to be breaking down how to grow your channel properly and successfully on Twitch, and it could be Twitch, YouTube, and any kind of streaming platform, or even if you don't do streaming, just any kind of content creation. But it's going to be focused on streaming. Typically, the biggest challenge for starting streaming, because you have to understand that it's mathematically impossible to become successful at streaming. And I'm going to say, I'm not trying to sell you guys anything, but you have realistically maybe a 1 in 50,000 chance of making it to 100, even 100 viewers, okay? With that being said, I'm going to show you guys, if you want to do it, this is how to do it in the year 2025 going into 2026. This is almost the only way to do it, unless you know someone famous that's going to boost you to 10,000 viewers, or if you really want to go and start networking or something like that. But if you're going to do it solo and independently, this is going to be how you do it. And this video is going to serve as like a strategy guide or like a meta breakdown on how to grow your channel. So I think the biggest innovation for 2025, even though it's been possible to do for a long time, is multi-streaming. And so right off the bat, there's a couple softwares and ways to do this, but you should just be multi-streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and to Kick, because now you're quadrupling your audience, and to Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Kick. You might as well be streaming on all of them. Now, I was using Streamlabs OBS, which allows you to do one horizontal stream and one vertical stream for free. So I was doing Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, for example, for free. I recently switched to regular OBS Studio, using a plugin called se.live from Stream Elements that allows you to stream to unlimited destinations for free. Now this doesn't really allow you to. I'll even show my OBS for a second. This is not easy to set up for a horizontal and vertical, so it's probably going to be horizontal on every platform. But that's fine for me. If you want to, you can stream to horizontal on TikTok just fine. However, even if you're multi-streaming, it's not going to solve what I call the one viewer conundrum, where if you anyone turns on their stream, you're going to be so far down on this list in any game category that it's going to be impossible to find your stream. It's mathematically impossible to grow your stream on Twitch. I really wish that Twitch implemented some sort of better discoverability features, because there's a lot of people that are really entertaining and great streamers that are getting 0 views. That's mostly because they don't understand how to market their channel and how to successfully grow their channel. So the first thing I'm going to say, if you want better discoverability on Twitch, is you're going to have, it's going to be really hard to break into one of these top categories, because if we go to anyone like Minecraft or something, typically I'll say if you click on a category and you give it like 4 scrolls down, 1, 2, 3, 4, like nobody's really going to be scrolling longer than like 3 or 4 scrolls realistically. So 4 scrolls on here on Minecraft, you know, you have to be at 50 plus viewers, 60 viewers, just to even have a chance of people clicking on your stream. So what you need to do if you're going to try and get discovered on Twitch is you can type into Google, what should I stream on Twitch, what games to stream, and you can go to twitchtracker.com/games to stream, and it's going to show you the best ratio of viewers to average channels, which means it's going to give you the best discoverability to stream one of these games. So if I click on number 1, says Rise Online, it has 1.3k viewers, but there's only a few streams. So to get on the front page for this game, you only need like 5 viewers, and you're going to be right there on the start. Now that's not going to be, you might not get tons of viewers from that, right? But it's going to at least give you some discoverability. And when you're starting out, 1 follower is absolutely huge. If you can get 10 followers a day, man, that's massive if you're starting out on Twitch. So the other way to do that is if you go to your Twitch dashboard, go to Analytics and Overview, now it gives you category suggestions. So you can click on all genres, and it's going to say that these are the best categories to be in for discoverability. So right now it's saying that Hearthstone is the best game to stream on Twitch for discoverability, because if you go to the category here, it's got 9,000 viewers, and if we scroll down 1, 2, 3, you know, you don't need a crazy amount of viewers. You could get discovered with only 10 viewers here, and it's a huge category with 9,000 viewers. So that's something to keep in mind, is the ratio of live streamers to viewers, and the number of active channels, live channels, to the number of viewers. That ratio is really important. Now, if we look here, it says estimated browse position, right? That's based on the number of viewers that you're averaging, and it's going to estimate where you're going to be in this list of streams. But that alone is still not going to solve that. Now, first of all, if you're stuck on one viewer, you shouldn't ever be on one viewer, because you should have the stream open on your desktop. You should have the stream open on your phone, and maybe if you have a laptop or something, you should have your stream open on every device that you have, pretty much. You should have at least 2 or 3 viewers from yourself, and then you should have your freaking family watching it or having it open. You should have a few of your friends in. You should be able to get to 5 or 10 viewers for free. You should at least be able to get to 5 viewers for free, right? So the current pipeline, if you're actually wanting to grow, is, so you have your stream, right? Your stream, and then maybe you stream for, like, let's say you stream for 6 hours. You should be able to break this down. You should be able to make a 10-minute YouTube video out of your stream, okay? If you can't make 10 minutes of content, if you can't make 10 minutes of entertainment from a 6-hour stream, then why are they going to watch it for 6 hours if you can't even make 10 minutes of entertainment? So that doesn't make sense, right? And now this might be obvious to some people, but you should also be posting to TikTok. YouTube Shorts, I think, is really good. Instagram Reels, it's the same videos, but you might as well post them to every platform that you can, right? Now, you want this to be maybe 15 seconds. It could be up to 90 seconds, but I think 90 seconds is a long time for a short clip. But you want to be in the 15-second to 30-second range for all of your clips. And once again, if you're streaming for 6 hours or 12 hours, and you can't make 15 seconds of content, then why are you even streaming? If you can't come up with 15 seconds of entertainment, then you shouldn't even be streaming for 6 hours or 10 hours. So you really need to be thinking about this. You should be while you're streaming, you should think, like, okay, what can I do to make a 10-minute YouTube video while I'm streaming? What can I do to make a 30-second clip while I'm streaming? And you can even skip this part. You can even cut the stream out of it and just focus on, how can I make a 10-minute video? How can I make a 15-second clip for TikTok? Because the number one way to grow right now is by going on YouTube. Is by growing on YouTube and TikTok. So this is going to be the way that you actually grow. Realistically, you're going to need millions of views. You're going to need hundreds of thousands and millions of views to actually start stacking up viewers on Twitch. And that's why it's really effective to stream on TikTok and YouTube, because now you're getting followers from your clips and your YouTube videos, and now if you go live, your people that interact with your channel or are going to get your YouTube live stream popped up right on their home feed. And if people are interacting with your TikTok videos, then your TikTok live stream is going to pop up for them. And that's another key thing to understand for your videos. Don't just post one video and say, wow, I got no views, this is a waste of time. Because the way the algorithm works is, let's say you have 10 videos, and then most of them don't get that many views, and then one of them gets like 1,000 plus views, right, or more, right? Now it's going to all those 1,000 people, it's going to recommend all of your other videos. So you'll notice that if you have a whole bunch of videos on TikTok, for example, and then you get one video that blows up, all of your other videos are going to get more and more views, because it's going to show all those videos to everyone that saw your viral video. So you just want to be spamming YouTube Shorts and TikTok. You can put them on Instagram as well, but the odds of getting viewers from Instagram, I think, is low. But it's free exposure, so you might as well have an account on Instagram. You should be posting as much as you can to YouTube Shorts and to TikTok, and growing those platforms. Then once you are getting views, then maybe you can turn on the live stream, okay? Or you can once again, you can stream as well and gather the clips, although I do think it is hard to go through a 6-hour VOD or a 10-hour VOD and edit the clips out and stuff, especially if you're playing music, then it's going to mute your VOD. So thank you for starting out. You could honestly just focus on making the 10-minute YouTube videos and the shorts. I think the best way to do it is to say, how can I make a 10-minute video and then turn that video into a few clips. I think is the best way to do it. And if you like streaming, just stream anyway, right? Just stream, start interacting with people. Now the hardest thing that every big streamer says is that it's really hard to stream with no viewers. It's really hard to stream with no people in the chat specifically, because the whole point of streaming is not to watch a game, it's to interact with the people and talk to chat. I think of it as the game is just like a background, and then the stream is actually the streamer talking to the chat. The rest of the game and stuff is just a context for the entertainment and a context to just start talking about things. It's just like a conversation starter almost. So I think of it as 50% of your stream is about the game, and 50% of the stream is about the conversations with the chat and just funny things going on with the chat. So those are the best pieces of advice that I can give you right now. You need to be taking advantage of multi-streaming. You can do it for free. You don't really need to be paying for anything for multi-streaming. You can do it for free. And a lot of these other platforms and stuff are going to try and sell you into buy this subscription and buy these effects and buy these transitions and buy these layouts and themes and stuff. Like, first of all, do you see any of these people with any of these fancy freaking layouts and stuff? Like, these guys just have a standard webcam with nobody even does an overlay on their webcam anymore. So don't even worry about that stuff. Now, if you get to the point where your stream is going crazy and you want to add some special Dr. Disrespect transitions and some Dr. Disrespect animations and stuff like that, you can go for it. But if you're going to spend money on your stream, best thing you can do is hire people to go through your VOD and make clips for you if you're going to spend any money. But realistically, you can be doing that yourself. That's how a lot of people start their stream. Is if they have money, they just pay people to go on their stream and make clips and post all the clips. And there's a lot of streamers that have incentive programs. They'll pay money out to their viewers every month if they're just making clips and stuff. So if you're going to spend any money at all, then that's what you should be doing. You don't really need to be spending money on any of this extra stuff for your stream, because it is fun. It is fun to sit in OBS and edit your layout and stuff. I do like doing that. It is fun, and doing your alerts and everything. That's all fun, but realistically, it doesn't help your stream grow. The only thing that's going to help your stream grow is, let's do the summary. 1, being in a category that allows for discoverability. You should only be in a category where you can go down 3, 4, 5 scrolls and find your stream. You should be taking advantage of free multi-streaming, because, if you can 4x your viewers, you might as well. And I think YouTube videos is great because YouTube is great for monetization. You can actually make money just off of your YouTube videos. And as far as I understand, you can't really make money on TikTok. Even if you're live streaming the coins, TikTok takes such a high percentage of it. So you really don't make that much money on TikTok. TikTok, you make very little money. YouTube, once you get monetized, you make pretty good money. And then if you actually have the viewers, you actually start making pretty good money on Twitch and Kick nowadays, off the ad revenue and the Twitch Primes and everything. But that's just the way it goes, right? So you're going to need to really focus on this pipeline here, where you need to think about, how can I make a 10-minute YouTube video? How can I take that video into a bunch of clips? And then if you're posting 5 videos a week, 10 videos a week to short form, it's going to help all of your other content grow. And it's just this whole ecosystem here of understanding how the algorithm works across all these different platforms is how you can grow your channels. And you don't even need to focus on growing your stream. If you focus on growing your YouTube, guess what? You can just go live on YouTube, and that's great. I think YouTube is actually the #1 place to stream right now, and the #1 place to grow. It just has the most value, because Instagram and TikTok, for example, like, those platforms are so addicting. It's really hard, and anybody that advertises products or anything, it's really hard, and streams included, it's really hard to drag people away from those platforms, because they develop those platforms to be so addicting. So YouTube, I think, is less addicting, has great discoverability. If you're making YouTube videos, one thing I'll point out is to have a title. The title is really, really important, even more important than the thumbnail, because you need, especially if you have no subscribers, you need to make your video have a title of something that people are going to search for. Because yes, it can algorithmically show your video on your homepage, but if you're starting out, a lot of your views on YouTube are going to be something that people are going to search for. So you need to optimize your title, and that goes for TikTok as well. You can get a lot of views from searching on TikTok. just keep in mind that your title needs to be search engine optimized. YouTube is one of the biggest search engines in the world. I know people think it's a video platform, but it's also one of the biggest search engines in the world. So you need to search engine optimize your YouTube titles, and that goes for TikTok as well. It even goes for Twitch as well. People can search up and find your streams. So I think that covers everything I wanted to talk about in this video. I wish everybody that's starting out the best of luck. If you guys have any questions or strategies or, you know, some new meta you guys found, you can always come to my stream and talk about it. You can always leave a comment and we'll talk about it, help each other grow and stuff like that. So I hope this video gave you guys an understanding of what you guys need to be doing. If there's anything I should be doing, you guys can let me know as well. But thank you guys. I'll see you next time.